Peace, blessings, love, and light to you all. This is your girl, Queen Kenya, aka Empress Queen, coming to you live. Today, Soulspirations is going to be on transitions in the aspect of friendships. So, there are times in our lives when we start to do self-evaluations and make decisions and choices in regards to ourselves to help progress ourselves, to do better for ourselves. And sometimes when we make those choices and decisions, those choices and decisions begin to exclude persons from our lives. Have you ever heard that saying, everyone cannot go where you're going? It is so true. And so, because that is the case, when we start making these decisions and choices within our life, they begin to exclude beings that maybe we've been associated with for years, decades, weeks, months, whatever. I am a person who doesn't call other people friend lightly. So I can be your hangout buddy, an associate, or, sister, girlfriend, or whatever. But if I call you friend, essentially if I call you my friend, then that means a lot, because that title holds weight in my life. I will be loyal to you. I will be faithful to you. I will deal with you accordingly when it comes to my friends. And I do know how to set boundaries, even within my friendships. A lot of people don't know how to set boundaries for themselves. And so part of being a healthy person in a healthy state, just period in general, you should be able to set boundaries for yourself in all kinds of relationships, whether it's, co-worker relationship, friendships, siblings, family, romantic relationships, whatever the case may be. You should always be setting those boundaries or having those boundaries set for you. So with the idea of transitions within friendships, there may be some times when you realize, hey, so-and-so is not attentive, or something just feels off. It's not like it used to be. Pay attention to that, because there are shifting seasons for people to be in your life, and sometimes we get in the habit of allowing people to hold space in our lives for way too long. So just because you know someone for a very long time and you call them friend, doesn't really make them your friend. What makes a friend to me is someone who is loyal, someone who's understanding, someone who's compassionate, someone who's supportive, someone who has a great listening ear. And if you're a person who reciprocates what I've just said, then somebody who essentially reciprocates the same thing to you, that's a friend. If you have a person in your life that you call a friend and they're always taking from you, whether it be emotionally, physically, whatever the case may be, if they're always taking from you and they're never giving anything or adding to the friendship, then you may want to reevaluate that connection, whether or not it's actually a friend. If everything always has to be their way, there's no compromise, there's no understanding, you might want to reevaluate if that's really a friend. If you share things with them that you feel is really secretive and confidential, and you only told that one person, and then Susie up the block later calls you and say, girl, are you dealing with so-and-so, or, whatever, then perhaps that friend is really not your friend if they can't hold water, if you can't confide in them. Friendships are different levels, can be of many different levels. And so to realize that you actually have a friend, that's an awesome thing, to have a friend. It is. it's good to be able to have a friend when you actually really need one. I can count on one hand my friends, my real friends. I don't have more than 5. I'm not going to even say I have 5. I don't have more than 5 real friends. I have associates. I have people that I've known for years, and they call me their friend, and they might call me their best friend. That's their title for me. That's not my title for them. There's only a few people, literally, that I call my best friend. I have many female friends that I'm really, really close with, that I call sister friend. Like, they're my sister. So it's like we're more than friends. And so that's kind of like a sibling relationship, even though they're a friend. Now, I have a lot of sister friends. And I guess the sister friends could be looked upon as more than the friends. So I could probably say that I have like 3 sister friends, and then the rest of them are just friends. And then all total of that, man, maybe it wouldn't be more than both my hands. So anyways, I don't have a lot of friends. That's the point in case. I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. But transitioning within friendships, especially in this season that we're in right now, Mercury retrograde, other planets are in retrograde. It's a lot of planets that are in retrograde right now. With that whole idea of knowing that the planets affect the energy of the atmosphere and the stratosphere in which we live, it also will allow you to tap into, if you're aware and understand that there's a shift happening within the earth in which we live. And so that shift is not only happening within the earth, it's also happening within our relationships. So a lot of people that we have been connected with for years, because this shift is happening, they're beginning to fall off, and it's taken me some time to embrace the idea and accept the fact that some people are not going to be in my life for a lifetime. It may feel like they're going to be there forever, but some people just aren't. And then some people are there for a lifetime, but then they're there in seasons, so we have to take breaks. And then actually with some people that I know that I take breaks with, I'm tired of taking them breaks. So it's either like you're going to be here or you're not going to be here. So I like to have my friends at bay, close to me, close to my heart, understanding them. We might fall out, but having an understanding of knowing that we can come back together, have those conversations, communicate effectively. If I did something to offend you, or if you did something to offend me, at an appropriate time where we both are in a place to have that conversation, mend whatever it is, and then move forward from there. But what I've noticed a lot, unfortunately, in society is that people just got a whole bunch of people in their lives holding spaces, whereas they call them their friend. But these people really aren't their friends. And it's just time for all of that to end. It's time for those people who are just holding spaces in your life. It's time for you to let them go. By any means necessary. Because when you begin to shift and let those persons go, some people just come into your life just to teach you lessons in friendships. And so once you learn that lesson and you've enjoyed that experience, you got to be able to release them and let them go and move on to the next. What I have found is that when you hold on to people in your life, when they're no longer supposed to be there, things get chaotic. So the soulspiration for today is encourage your soul, encourage your relationships with your friends soulfully. love on yourself. Take self-care within the midst of these relationships and friendships, so much so that you evaluate whether they're really friends or not. Are they friends? Are they more than friends? Are they just holding space and blocking a place for someone else who could be greater and more beneficial to you? You know, a lot of times we're just friends with people just because we've known them for so long. Like, there's this one female in my life. I met her when I was in 2nd grade. And I always call her my best friend to this day. But we're really not best friends anymore. But because she was my best friend from that point until like middle school, that was my best friend. And so we're still cool now. We still talk. But it's not like it used to be. We're not in each other's lives as much as we were before. Now, she will always be a friend to me. She will always be my sister friend. So she's gone from being a friend to more of a sister. And she will always have that place in my heart and within my life. But at the same time, there's a kind of interaction that goes along with our relationship. You know, we only talk like maybe 10 times within a year, if that much. Like friends who are always on the phone, hackling, talking to, and 10 times is a lot. I don't even think we talk that much. That's stretching it. But we keep in touch. We see each other. We live in different states. We see each other when we're in town, around. We share family stories. We keep each other abreast of what's going on with our family members and things of that nature. So she's always going to be my friend, my sister friend. But there's like a special place in my heart for her because she's one of those people who was a friend to me at a very young age when nobody else would be. And she was really a friend. So, yeah, that kind of person, definitely going to be always having a space in my life, a place in my life. As long as she never violates me or disrespects me, she will always have that place in my life. And I know, I just feel that she would never do that. I mean, we've been cool since I was 8 years old. I'm 42 now, so I just don't see her doing anything that would bring forth a need to sever our, kinship, as far as that is concerned. But then there are other people, who've come and go in my life. Like people I've been friends with and thought they were my friends, and then I bring them around a guy friend of mine who I like, and then they trying to talk to the guy friend behind my back. That's not a friend. Definitely not a friend. But then too, I'm that kind of person that I'm polyamorous, and so I'm open to people having, multiple partners, but sometimes there's like a girl code. Like some females are like, if I talk to this dude, then you don't talk to that dude. It's like a girl code. But me, I'm just like, hey, talk to whoever you want to talk to. You can even talk to him. I don't care. But let's have that conversation first. In that situation, that chick, she didn't have that conversation with me first. And so we kind of fell out because I felt like she was trying to sneak and do it and go behind my back. And if she had had the conversation with me or been a friend enough to me to know, then she would have known. She wouldn't have had to do that. So, there are those things, there's those friendships where you have those connections with people that you trust and you believe that you could trust them to no end and that they really would be faithful and loyal to you. And then you find out that that's not the case. So the Soulspiration today is to inspire your soul for encouragement on reevaluating your friendships. In this season, a lot of friends are going to fall off. Automatically happening because of the energy that's in the air. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. So if you should see this video, now that you know that it's going to happen, why don't you just start looking and reevaluating your friendships? Because there are actually some connections that you have when people are just holding spaces and you need to let them go. The reason why you really need to let them go is because there's somebody else waiting to take their place, and they are going to actually be way more beneficial to you than that person who you're allowed to hold that space. So yeah, That's the Soulspiration of today. Be encouraged, inspire your soul, and know that first, your greatest friend is you. You, first and foremost, are your greatest friend. And however you would be a friend to yourself is how you should project how you want to be treated in friendships. And if you aren't able to receive that, if that cannot be reciprocated to you by those people that you are choosing to be your friends, then perhaps you need to reevaluate the fact or not if they really need to be your friend. So that's all for today. A Soulspiration to inspire you to look greater into the relationships that you have with your friends during this time of transition. Because we are in a season of elevating and ascending. We are in a season of progressing. And a lot of things are changing. People are getting better jobs, creating their own businesses, and, moving to different states, moving out of the country, pursuing entrepreneurial opportunities. Great things are happening. And because you're on that path, everybody cannot go with you. So choose this day who will stay your friend. Okay? This has been your girl, Queen Kenya, aka Empress Queen, with you today with the Soulspirations. I don't even know what day it is. I'm not going to even date the day. I do know that today is Sunday. So whenever you see this, it really doesn't matter. Whenever you get it, that's when you're supposed to get it. But happy Sunday for those who are actually seeing this today. One other thing I want to say, if you want to follow me online, you can. Queen Kenya on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, Empress Queen 55, for those who want to be sensually, sexually inspired and encouraged for freedom and liberation. And you want to see me express myself in that way. You want to see the sex tantric healer in me expressed, you can follow me there. And if you want to go greater, even further, you can follow me on OnlyFans. And you can subscribe to my OnlyFans.com page, which is OnlyFans.com Empress Queen. Okay? So, now that I've done that little spill, good day, people. Happy friend finding. Happy friend severing ties of those who no longer to be your friend. Peace.